Powered Beans Toddler. Title: Powered Beans Toddler. In a small, cozy house lived a family of 4. There was Jerry, a 4-year-old boy with an extraordinary gift, his mother Irene, a hard-working 38-year-old, his father Tiago, a diligent 39-year-old builder, and his older sister Lorraine, an 18-year-old who often took care of Jerry while their parents were at work. Irene worked tirelessly, selling bags of beans and filling and loading them onto lorries for distribution. Tiago, on the other hand, worked as a builder, striving to provide for his family. Lorraine, being the responsible older sibling, would watch over Jerry while their parents were away at work. One thing that made Jerry special was his love for the beans his mother brought home from work. Whenever he ate those beans, he became incredibly powerful. It was as if the beans unlocked a hidden strength within him. One day, while Irene and Tiago were at work, their bosses, Nordit and Rowan, expressed the discontent with the progress of their tasks. Nordit, Irene's manager, was unhappy with the pace at which she was filling and loading the bean bags, while Rowan, Tiago's boss, was dissatisfied with the delay in completing a house construction project. Both Irene and Tiago were given ultimatums to complete their tasks by a certain date. That evening, as the family sat down for dinner, Tiago and Irene shared their troubles with each other. They were scheduled to go on their honeymoon the next day, but the pressure from their bosses made them uncertain about whether they could take the time off. However, Tiago reassured Irene that they would still go on their honeymoon, and they could worry about their work when they returned. The next morning, Irene and Tiago left for their honeymoon, leaving Jerry in Lorraine's care. For the first 2 days, Lorraine took good care of Jerry, feeding him his favorite beans and watching him do his workouts. But what Lorraine didn't know was that Jerry had a secret. Every night, when Lorraine was asleep, Jerry would sneak out of the house and go to his father's construction site. Using the tools he found there, Jerry would work on the house his father was supposed to build. It took him 4 days to complete the house, and when he finished, he would return home, exhausted but satisfied. Lorraine, however, soon discovered Jerry's secret. One night, she woke up to find Jerry missing and decided to follow him. She was amazed to see Jerry working on the construction site, using tools and building the house with ease. She realized that Jerry was not an ordinary toddler and that the beans he ate were the source of his incredible strength. Meanwhile, Jerry also found the keys to his mother's bean store in her bedroom and decided to take matters into his own hands. He went to the store, filled all the bags with beans, and loaded them onto the lorries. When Irene and Tiago returned from their honeymoon, they were unaware of the amazing things Jerry had accomplished. The next day, when Tiago went to work, his boss Rowan was overjoyed to see that the house was completed ahead of schedule. Rowan praised Tiago, saying he must be a very strong and capable builder to have finished the house so quickly. As a reward, Rowan offered Tiago a bigger house for his family. Similarly, when Irene went to work, her boss Nordit was thrilled to see that all the bean bags were filled and loaded onto the lorries. Nordit promoted Irene to manager of the bean store and gave her a pay rise. As the family sat down for dinner that evening, Tiago and Irene shared their stories with each other, wondering why their bosses were so happy and generous. They soon realized that they would be moving into a bigger house, courtesy of Rowan, and Irene would be the new manager of the bean store. From then on, whenever Irene and Tiago were unable to go to work, Jerry would take care of their tasks. He would do his workouts, eat his beans, and sneak out at night to complete his parents' work. Lorraine would often empty her plate of beans onto Jerry's, knowing that the beans gave him his incredible strength. And as long as Jerry had his beans, he would always be there to help his family. As the days went by, the family prospered, and Jerry's secret remained safe with Lorraine. The beans continued to be the source of Jerry's power, and he remained the Powered Beans Toddler, always ready to help his family in their time of need. The end. Story by Kayode E.